We're live here from U.S. Bank Stadium after the Vikings' thrilling 29-24 playoff win against the New Orleans Saints. I got to tell you, Pete, it did not look good towards the end, did it?
You know, no, it didn't. I've been around this thing with this organization for 23 seasons now, and that win erased a lot of crap. It erased so many years of missed kicks and just missed opportunities. It's about time we won one that way, and you go back and watch the tape. These guys can enjoy it tonight, and you get a chance now to go to Philadelphia, and Philly looked good against Atlanta. They have a very good defense. It's going to be a low-scoring game, but I don't think it's really sunk in yet. Really, what just happened, what just occurred right to our right here on the field.
I'll tell you what, the most common word we heard with about 2 minutes play was curse. And that's the way the Viking fans think here. I got to think Robert Smith, your friend, was here in town. Chris Carter was here. I had this picture of you texting him and saying, oh, guys, here we go again.
Well, and that was, that's when, everybody's phone. My phone was blowing up that way. And because I had been really of the positive side thinking that we were, we'll be fine, and especially 17-0 at halftime, but you've got to give a ton of credit to the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees for that offense to come in here and do what they did. And, our offense sputtered a little bit in the second half. We made two mistakes. They made, two interceptions in the first half. One off an Everson Griffin tip to Anthony Barr. The other one, Sendejo, had a great, interception on an underthrown pass. And in the second half, you gave it back to him. Case Keenum, one real bad decision, bad throw that was intercepted, and then you get the block punt, which is like another turnover. So when you even it out on the plus minus, the scoreboard has a tendency to want to, to even out, and we were off by a point, and just to see that many points scored in the last few minutes or minute and a half, whatever it was left in the game. I mean, that was exciting. I mean, you can't. The NFL, with its ups and downs, this year, you can't make this up. There's so much on the line, and to have it all come down to that on that kind of a play, it's just unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, though, you look at the first half. This is a 17-0 game. This looked like they're on to a runaway blowout. That is the defense. What happens to teams when they get in the locker room? Do they let down? Do they become conservative? What allows a team like the Saints to come in? Or maybe it's just pride from the Saints because they play well.
Well, of course, yeah, and they made some adjustments. Like the touchdown pass to Alvin Kamara was just an unbelievable throw and an unbelievable catch. So you got to give credit where credit's due, and that's kind of how it goes this time of year. You're going to play great teams, very, very good teams the rest of the way out, and they're going to make those kinds of throws, and it's the teams that make the big plays like that usually, end up winning. So I don't necessarily think it was a fall down or a fall out by the defense. They had to defend the short field a couple times in that, in that half. And give credit to their defense. I mean, they got pressure on Keenum. They forced him into a couple mistakes. Coverage was pretty good for the most part for them. But, I mean, it was just a well-thought-out game. I mean, I think you could play that game 10 times and it would end up kind of the same way. Just a fantastic finish.
You're the Nostradamus of Viking football. Here's what you always say. First team to 20 wins this game. The Vikings were, in fact, first to 20. You want to take credit for that?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. I'll take credit. I mean, we gave up 19 to them in the first game, and that was the only team to come in the stadium and score more than 16 or 15, I believe, were the Saints. I mean, inside in the dome, they're a good, solid football team. I mean, you go back and look at the double pass to Kamara, and that one, there's a lot of plays that were almost made. And those are the ones that you'll look back on and you'll go through it in your head over and over again. But, I mean, that's all hindsight now. And now, like I said, enjoy the moment and let's go to Philly and have some more fun. It's not over yet.
Oh, no. And you've been a player in an NFC championship game. You've called as a broadcaster the 2009 game, and you've been a coach in the playoffs as well. How do you put this behind you, this type of excitement, to get ready for a Philadelphia team? And then once you do, how do you prepare for that next level up?
Well, and I think that goes to what you do all year. You come off a big win, you have a big emotional loss. I mean, you get used to that. You get used to that as a player. You're used to that as a coach to kind of give yourself a certain period of time to enjoy it and then put it behind you and move on to the next one, because you can't revel in this one too much because it may cost you the next one. And the next one, if you win this one but lose the next one, it's going to hurt just as much, if not more. So these opportunities don't come by too often. I mean, the Vikings went 13-3 this year to get a bye, to host a playoff game, and it came down to the last play of the game for them to win and move on to the NFC Championship game. And the powers that be, they all think, or they said, this is the team that comes out of this game will probably advance to the Super Bowl. But Philly's coming back a little bit. They looked all right. They have a very, very good defensive front. I mean, it's just like me, just like I'm doing now. We won, move on to the next one. That's really what these guys have to do. And it'll be a fun 24 hours for them. Don't get me wrong. But now, if you're a player, if you're with the Vikings, you just don't ever think you're out of it. It establishes the ability to come from behind like this, establishes a belief in a team and in people that can really propel them. Now, if they allow it to become a distraction, yeah, that's one thing. But with the work that they put in, I don't think they can step on a field now and think that they're going to come on the wrong side of a bad play.
Last question for you. You have an excitable broadcast partner in Paul Allen. We weren't there. You were. Exactly how much excitement did you have, and did you have to think about CPR?
If you get a chance, you have to listen to it. I want to listen to the Saints side too, because it's got to be, incredulous the other way. It's all a little bit blurry. I about passed out from yelling so much. I mean, and the coaches are right next to us, and I wish we had a microphone in there because they were going crazy too. Man, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Play the game and watch the game.
Let's line it up and do it again. You know what I mean?
Well, we're doing it next week, so we'll hopefully have the same result.
Thank God we're on this side of the coin.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I appreciate the time. From U.S. Bank Stadium, I'm Tom Moore, and that's Pete Bercich. We'll see you in Philadelphia.